Hello students, welcome back to Thermal classes. In the last session we have seen the basic concept of the reminders and what are the different properties we had in the concept of reminders. Now again we will continue the same topic, concept of the reminder, and also we will do problems related to the concept of reminders. Okay, so let's take the first one. So two numbers when divided by 17 leaves reminders 13 and 11 respectively. If the sum of those two numbers divided by 17, what will be the remainder? Okay, so two numbers when divided by 17. So two numbers means that we don't know what those numbers. Let's take those numbers as x and y, and when these two numbers are divided by 17, the respective reminders are what? The respective reminders are 13. Okay, so two numbers when divided by 17. I am taking the two numbers, two different numbers are x and y. The respective reminders are 13 and 11. So which means that if I take one number and dividing with 17, I get the remainder 13. And again, if I take another number and that number, if I supposed to divide with 17, I'll get the remainder 13. Okay. Now the question is, if the sum of those two numbers divided by 17, sum of those two numbers means that what? The sum of the two numbers is nothing but, so the numbers we are assuming is x and y, the sum of those two numbers is divided by 17, what will be the remainder? So this is what our question is, right? Okay, so now you see we are dividing with the same divisor, right? So what is the concept? So we have the concept when we are dividing the different numbers with the same divisor, we can actually take the reminders itself as the main number. So when x is divided with 17 and the remainder if I get is 13, instead of x I can take which value? Instead of x I can take 13, right? And similarly if I take another value y divided by 17, I'll get remainder 11, means that instead of y I can take 11. So that is what the remainder concept. So that we have already seen it in the previous class. Now x plus y means that what? 13 plus 11. So 13 plus 11, which is 24. 24 when I divide with 17, what is the remainder I'll get? 17, 1 just 17. The remainder is what? Here the final remainder is 17, 1 just 17. The remainder is what? 7. So what is the remainder? The remainder is 7. Is it clear? So it's a very simple concept and we know the concept. So this is type 1 model. In the type 1 model, so the dividend is different, but the divisor is same. When we have actually same divisor and we can actually take the reminders itself is the main numbers. Okay, let's take another example. Three numbers when divided by 15 leave reminders 8, 10, 11, 12 respectively. If the sum of the squares of those numbers is divided by 15, what will be the remainder? So three numbers when divided by 15 means that let me take the numbers as x, y and z. If I divide x, y, z with which number? 15, with 15. So what is the remainder we are getting? So we get the respective reminders of 8, 10 and 12. So what are the reminders? 8, 10 and 12. Now the next statement is if the sum of the squares of these numbers is divided by 15. The sum of the squares of these numbers means that the sum of the squares of these numbers. So first of all we interpreted this statement. Sum of the squares of these numbers, and lot of students get confused with this term. So the three numbers actually what we are taking as x, y, z. Now lot of students got confused that. So can we take x plus y plus z whole square, or is it like x square plus y square plus z square? So which thing is correct? Okay, so when I say the sum of the squares of the numbers, these numbers, in mathematics it is very important. So actually we normally start our statement from the end of the statement. Okay, we take the statement from the end of the statement or the sentence, and for that you take the of, preposition of. First let us consider the word which comes after of. Okay, so this is how we generally take in mathematics, or we can also call, so we take it in the English language also. So in Telugu, in normal language we can directly take the straight away we can take the statement, but when it comes to English, so we start our statement from the end of the sentence. Okay, so first we take the statements after the preposition of, so that means that these numbers means that what are the numbers we have? The numbers here we have x, y, z, and now you take the previous statement. What is the previous statement? Squares, which means that I have to take the squares of these numbers, that is what? X square, y square and z square. Okay, so that is this statement, this word interpretation, x square, y square and z square. Now I had to take the another word which is coming before the preposition of. So you just break the statement like this, for without having any confusion. You break the statements like after the word having of. Okay, so first you take the first word and you have to start your problem from the end of the sentence, and that is thus these numbers means that x, y, z, and come to the next one. Next word is the squares means that for x, y, z, x square, y square and z square, and for those squares we have to take the squares. So sum means that what? X square plus y square plus z square. So this is the interpretation of sum of the squares of these numbers. What is the interpretation? X square plus, that is x square plus y square plus z square. Now these number, if the sum of the squares of these numbers is divided by 15, what is the remainder will get? What is the remainder will get? So that is the question we have. Okay, now if you see this, so this is x square plus y square plus z square divided by 15. Are we dividing with the same divisor? So different numbers, when we are dividing with the same divisor, instead of those values we can actually take the respective remainders, right? So instead of x I can take 8, because x divided by 15 is what? 8. So instead of x I can take 8. 8 means that 8 square is what? 64, and y square means that what? 10 square, which is 100, and z square means that what? 12 square, 144, divided by which number? 15. Now add the numbers. When you add the numbers, 4 plus 4 is 8, and 4 plus 6 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 1 plus 1 plus 1 is what? 308. Okay, so which is 100, 200, 60 and 40, 300, 300, 4 plus 4 is what? 308 divided by 15. 308 divided with 15. Now what is the remainder when 305 is divided with 15? So when 308 is divided with 15, the remainder is 15. 20 is a 300. What is the remainder? The final remainder is 8. Right? So this is our final remainder. So the concept is very simple. So when we have different dividends, and if you are supposed to divide with the same divisor, and we get the respective reminders, the respective reminders itself is we can consider them as the main divisors, or we can take it as main numbers. Is it clear? Okay, so let's take another one. If two numbers are divided by the same divisor, the reminders are respectively 3 and 4. If two numbers means that let's take that x and y are divided by the same divisor, and we don't know what the divisor is, so it's simply given that if two numbers are divided by the same divisor, let's take that the divisor is n. The only information we know that is n. See, in mathematics, if you don't know any particular value or anything, so we assume some variables. Variables means that it can vary. Okay, that's why we take a, b, c or x, y, z. If you don't know anything, so for no unknowing things, so actually we assume the values as a, b, c, x, y, z, like that. See, here we had two numbers, we don't know what are those two numbers, so let us take them as x and y, and then if these numbers are divided by the same divisor, even I don't know the divisor, let's take that the divisor is n. When I am dividing with the n, here the respective reminders are what? The respective reminders are 3 and 4. The respective reminders are what? 3 and 4. So this is the first statement. Now you take the second statement. If the sum of the two numbers means that these are the numbers which we are considering, right? The sum of the two numbers means that x plus y. So dividing with the what? Same divisor. Same divisor means that what is the divisor we have? N. When we are dividing with the same divisor, So the respective remainder is what? So the remainder we got is 2. Now what is that divisor? Here we are asked to find out what is this divisor. So this is the divisor when we are assuming the divisor is n. Then we are now supposed to find out what is the divisor, which is nothing but n. Okay. Again, as we know the rule, when we are dividing the different numbers with the same divisor, the respective remainder itself is considered as the numbers. So which means that for x I can take the number is what? X plus y divided by n is remainder is 2. Remainder is 2. So which means that instead of x I can take 3, instead of y I can take 4, divided by n is what? 2. So can I say that this number is 7 divided by n is remainder is 2, and we finally need to find out the divisor. What is the divisor? The divisor is n. That means that I had to find out the n value. See, number 7 is divided with a particular number, then finally I have the remainder 2. So now you tell me, so 7 is divided with which number? We'll get the remainder 2. 7, if we divide with which number, we'll get number 2. It's a very simple one, right? So the number is nothing but what? 5. The number is nothing but what? 5. So 5 when I divide 7 when I divide with 5, so I'll get the remainder 2. So what is the divisor? The divisor is nothing but 5. So what is the divisor means that the final answer is what? The final answer is 5. Okay, so here the concept is very simple. We are dividing the different dividend with the divisor. Okay, if you have the same divisor, and immediately remember this concept. It's a very simple concept, and actually we are taking the remainder itself is the main numbers. And let's take another problem. A number when divided by 6, let's take the number is n. So when I divide with 6, what is the remainder we'll get? The remainder is 3. And when the square of the same number is divided by 6, the square of the same number means that what is the number we have here? N. Square of the number means that n square, right? Now this number is dividing with which number? 6. Now we are simply asked to find out this value. And since n divided by 6, the remainder is 3, I suppose to take the value of n is what? 3. So 3 square is what? 9. 9 divided by 6 means that what is the remainder we'll get? 6 1 is 6. The remainder is what? 3. Okay. So what is the final answer? The final answer is 3. Okay. So this is type 1 model. So which means that when we have the same divisor. In the next model, what if we have the different divisor and the dividend is same? Here if you can see that the next problem is, fifth problem is, a number when divided by 899 give the remainder 63. If the same number is divided by 29, what will be the remainder? Okay. A number when divided by 899 means that, see, first we'll do it by conventional method and then we'll go for the shortcut method, right? So first a number when divided by 899 means that a number when divided by 899, so the respective remainder is what? The remainder is 63. And if the same number is divided by, same number means that I'm assuming the number is n. If the same number is divided by 29, what will be the remainder? Now if you carefully observe this, here my divisor is different, but the dividend part is what? The dividend part is same. In the previous case, in the previous problems, we have the divisor same, but in this case the dividend part is same and the divisor part is different. Okay. Now how do we find out the answer? So first let us do by the normal method. So we take n, when we take n and when we divide with 899, the respective remainder is what? 63. Okay. Since we don't know the quotient, let's take that the quotient part is what? The quotient part is q. Let's say take that the quotient, since we don't know what is the quotient part. Let us consider this quotient part is q. Now what is this n? What is the general form of n? So maybe you are aware of it. So we have already seen it in the previous class. Suppose some number 8, when I divide with 3, so 3 2 is 6, remainder is 2. Now the dividend is equal to what? The dividend is equal to, so basic principle of the remainder, the dividend is equal to divisor into quotient, that is 3 into 2 plus remainder. Okay, so the dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Okay, by using that concept, we can say that the dividend n is equal to what? 899 into q, that is divisor into quotient 899 q plus remainder, plus what is the remainder we have? The remainder is 63, right? Now the next thing is what? The next one is, what is the remainder? What is the remainder when n is divided with 29? So what is the value we got for n? So we got for n, the value is what? 899 q plus 63. Now this number is divided with which number? 29. Now this number is dividing with 29. Okay. Now if you divide 899 with 29, so what is the remainder? So anyway, we finally have to find out which thing? Remainder. I had to find out the remainder of this one. What is the remainder of this value, right? Suppose if you see it, 8 now, I can divide this. So you know the basic formula of remainder. So remainder of, when I have this remainder of a plus b by c, you know the property of remainder. So can I write it as remainder of a by c plus remainder of b by c, right? Remainder of a by c plus remainder of b by c. By using this concept, we can say that remainder of 899 cube by 29 plus remainder of 63 by 29. So I can split it. So first you take that 899 cube divided by 29. Okay. So 29 means that 29 3 is 87. Remainder is 2. 9 you can carry down. So 29 1s are 29. So 0. So q means that q you can take it later. So anyway, what is the remainder we'll get? 0. Okay. So since this part is 0, since 899 by 29 is equal to 0, so even for any value of q, the final remainder is what? 0, because even if I take, I don't know the value of quotient, so that's why I represented it by q. So we cannot, even without knowing any value about the q, we can say that this remainder is what? 0, because whatever may be the q value. So q here I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or any number. So 0 into any number is equal to what? 0. So which means that finally this complete part will get the remainder 0, right? Okay, so this part is what? 0. And now next you take this part 63 by 29. Okay, so because you can split it as remainder of 899 q by 29 plus remainder of 63 by 29. So remainder of 63 by 29. 23 in 2 is 2 9s are 8, 2 2s are 5. So what is the remainder? The remainder is 5. Okay, so that is, what is the remainder? 5. For this part I got the remainder 0, for this part I got the remainder 5. So 0 plus 5 is what? 5. So this is our final answer. So what is the answer? Final answer is 5. Okay, but by the way, if you just look at this 899 q by 29, so since 899 by 29 leaves the remainder 0, so this 0 into any number is equal to 0, we'll get the answer. Okay, so that's why we don't mind about the q value. So even if you get q is equal to 1, 0 into 1 is equal to what? 0. Suppose if the q value is 2, 0 into 2 is equal to what? 0. So q value can be any number, still we finally have the same number as remainder, that is 0. If you carefully observe and if you think logically, only in this case, in which case only if I get the remainder 0, then only we don't mind about the q. Okay, suppose if I get q is equal, if I get this value is 1, then it obviously depends on the q value, right? So 1 into 1 is one number, 1 into 2. So suppose if I take 2, so 2 into 1 is 2, 3 into 1, so 3. So that means that if I don't get the remainder 0, so it completely depends on the q value, which I don't know. So that's why when we have such kind of problems, so definitely this number must be leaving remainder 0, then only we will get the answer. Otherwise answer is not determined, can't be determined. Because why? If I don't get the remainder 0, it absolutely depends on the quotient value, right? So it depends on the q value. If the q value changes, even the remainder is also changes. So but I don't know the q value. That's why this part must be equal to 0. This part must be equal to 0, then only we'll get the answer, otherwise we don't get the answer. So if this part if we get this part as 0 remainder, and that means that I can simply take the remaining part remainder, right? So for that, do I require all these things? I don't require that. So what is this 60? The 63 is nothing but the remainder of the first statement. Now the second one, 29, is what? Divided by the second statement. In the second statement, what is the dividend part we have? 29. Can I have the 63 by 29 is the final answer, right? So that is what? 5. So which means that I don't require all these things. So simply we can do it without writing all these steps, because you remember only one point here. Only if I get the remainder part 0, we'll get the answer, otherwise the answer can't be determined, right? So that's why this part must be 0. This part gives the value of remainder 0, otherwise we don't get the answer. So after knowing the concept, we can just simply do this problem. Here the concept is, when we are dividing a same number with the different divisor, that means that the dividend part, that means that the first part, numerator part, is same, but the denominator part, that is the divisor part, is different, then the answer is, so you can find out the remainder with simply within 1 second or 2 seconds. First what you have to take is, from the first statement you take the remainder. From the first statement you take the remainder divided by, from the second statement, if the same number is divided by, that means that divisor, okay, divisor from the second statement. So remainder of this one is your answer. Just remember this short trick, okay. A concept is, when we are dividing a number with the different numbers, you simply remember that. So from the first statement take the remainder, that is what? 63 divided by, from the second statement you directly take the 29. You know why we are taking? Because already we have seen that the first part gives the remainder 0. So that's why we can directly take this part. So 63, the remainder from the first statement, and the divisor from the second statement. So 63 divided by 29 means that, so 29 2s are 58. What is the remainder? The remainder is 5. So this is your answer. Single step. Okay. Only thing is the dividend part must be same. The numerator part is same. So then we can directly take this step. Okay. Let's do the next one. A number when divided by 119, leaves the remainder 19, If it is divided by 17, that means that the same number is divided by the 17, what will be the remainder? Okay, again if you see this, the dividend part is same. So whenever the dividend part is same, so first statement remainder divided by the second statement divisor. Okay, first statement remainder divided by second statement divisor, that is 63. Final answer is what? 63 divided by 29. And similarly, so 19 divided by what? 19 divided by 17. What is the remainder we'll get? The remainder is 2. Okay, but the condition is what? The dividend part must be same. In the first case, the divisor part is same. In the second case, the dividend part is same. If the dividend part is same, then you take the remainder from the first statement divided by the divisor from the second statement. Okay. So let's take the next statement. When a number is divided by 893, the remainder is 193. What will be the remainder when it is divided by 47? Okay. When a number, let's take the number is n is divided with which number? 893. What is the remainder? The remainder is 193. And the second one is, what will be the remainder when it is means that the number is divided by 47. Okay. So if the dividend part is same, without second thought, we can take the remainder from the first statement, that is 193, divided by the divisor from the second statement. This is the first statement and this is the second statement. So remainder from the first statement divided by divisor from the second statement. So 193, the remainder of 193 by 47 is your final answer. 193 by 47 means that 193 divide with 47. So 4 7s are 28, 4 4s are 16, plus 2 is what? 188. So 5 is the remainder. So what is the final answer? So 5 is the final answer. Okay, is it clear? So this is the second case. In the first case, the divisor part, when a number is divided with a number, so this part is same. The divisor part is same. That is the first condition. First type of problem. So and the second type of problem, so we have the dividend part is same. So then we have to approach this method. Okay.